James Harden needs to be very careful before he gets hit with a RICO. There are stories of people accusing James Harden of putting a hit on them currently going viral on social media. So the son of an NBA legend called Moses Malone, he just did an interview with Dogface where
when he says hit, does he mean like hit a three? Like when you say hit, I don't know what you mean by putting a hit out. This nigga is a NBA legend. What the fuck is he doing out here sending hits and putting hits out on people? Yeah, let's keep going.
He's
let's
breaking down how James Harden put a hit on him because James Harden didn't like a Facebook post. Now, he would also claim that James Harden has put hits on multiple people that he's aware of.
Kellen.
Now, dog, let me ask you this, right? Because I always see these people that say, James Harden's a basketball player. He's not a street. Well, if he's ordered and paid for 2 hits, we know that he paid Blunt, right? He paid these come outside. He sent them outside for me, right? That's 1. Now he did this to Adrian Broner, 2, right? He did the same Adrian Broner when Adrian Broner hit him on the dice. He called Big U, paid Big U to go up Adrian Broner. He's a basketball player, but he crossed over into the street. So now he's a street basketball player.
Whoa. Hold the fuck on. This nigga James Harden is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. What the fuck is he doing paying niggas to do shit to people like he's some fucking mob godfather gang leader or some shit? Like, bro, see, this is what I don't be understand. When niggas be getting millions and millions of dollars, they just throw it away by doing stupid shit like this. You are a whole legend. James Harden will probably go down as one of the best NBA players in NBA history. Okay? What the fuck are you doing, bro? You're on the road to be a Hall of Fame athlete. Why the fuck would you do some shit? I don't know, bro. I guess people just take money for granted when they get so much of it, they just feel like, fuck it. But I don't know. God, give me some money. Give me some money, and I promise I won't fuck it up.
Okay? He's not a civilian, and he's not just a basketball player. He's committing crimes. He's committing crimes, and he's ordering hits. A civilian doesn't order hits. If I ordered a hit on somebody, I'm not a street no more. My civilian card is gone.
James Harden is flying too close to the sun, and it's gonna backfire at some point. He was already in Big U Rolling 60 RICO indictment paperwork where they're claiming that he was being extorted, and people are claiming that he's telling on Big U. So things are starting to hit the fan and backfire because James Harden decided he wanted to turn into a street ninja after making $500 million. Like what's wrong with you? It's just dumb. So apparently this entire beef started with James Harden and this dude because dude made a Facebook post about James Harden charging people $400 to attend a camp.
Some of these situations begin, and I'm talking about the situation with James Harden. Like, how did that start?
Okay, so this is how it started. Just one day, I was at home. I had some parents call me, underprivileged parents that their parents can't pay to go to camps and stuff. And these ladies literally called me crying, saying, my son wants to go to James Harden's camp, but we can't afford it. He's charging $399 for a day and a half. Why didn't he go downtown to do a camp for free for underprivileged kids? I got about 2 or 3 of these calls, right?
James Harden has the right to charge whatever he wants to charge for his camp. If he feels like, my time is worth this, my resources is worth this, right? My expertise is worth this. I want to break even. I have the gym set up. I have several things set up.
But $400 for a fucking some kids to go to a fucking basketball camp game for a day and a half game. Come on, that's ridiculous, Flacco. Okay, man, I understand he's a superstar, but when you're doing a charitable work, you're supposed to not charge as much for the kids, gang. Because it's for the kids, bro. Like, Niggas like this, I feel like niggas like this be forgetting where they came from for real.
I want to make a profit. He has a right to make a profit or break even or lose money if he wants to lose money. However, people have a right to critique you, and you don't have a right to try to silence them.
So after the third call, I went on my Facebook post. And I posted his flyer, and I put, James Harden, why aren't you pretty much looking out for underprivileged kids? You're charging $399 for a camp. And there's a football player named Donald Driver that was doing the camp for free. I said, don't you make more money, way more money than Donald Driver? I said, don't become your Hollywood. Don't forget where you came from. Pretty much saying,
right. That's what I said.
Do something for the underprivileged kids in the ghetto. Why are you doing a camp with white people in Kingwood for $399 when I don't like count people's money, but goddamn, you know what this motherfucker's making. So
right.
I just made that statement, okay?
And NBA players and mostly NBA players. NBA players make that fucking money. Okay? Niggas is getting money. If you play in the NBA, especially you play as long as James Harden is and you're a big name in the NBA like James Harden is, you're going to be making, like they said, he probably got hundreds of millions of dollars, bro. And the fact that you want to charge the rich white people because you know they can pay it. You're not going to go somewhere for free because you know you ain't going to get no money. That's a fucked up mindset to have, gang.
And maybe about 200 likes, 200 comments. Everybody was in agreement with me. And then I get a call from my then bodyguard. Okay, he goes by Big Miami. And he calls me. He's like, hey, man, what you post on Facebook? I was like, what you mean? I told him. He's like, man, James' bodyguard, Tony, called me, and he said James is pissed off you posted something on Facebook. And I said, are you serious? Like, I said, James Harden is mad about what I'm not thinking in my mind, why the me and James Harden ain't friends on Facebook? Why the does he care about what I'm posting on Facebook?
Right.
He gets talked about every day. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, man, whatever it is, man, please take it down, bro. Just...
To be fair, if James Harden would have taken the camp to the hood and charged the kids $300, they would have called him names. So he took the camp to the suburbs and charged them $300, and they still calling him names. Now, it's not out of the realm of possibility that James Harden will see a post criticizing him from Moses Malone II, right? Because they're probably all in the NBA circles. I assume NBA players probably follow him on Facebook, or they're friends with him on Facebook, or NBA legends or NBA scouts, or people who are involved in the NBA in general probably follows a guy named Moses Malone II, right? So that's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, James Harden being upset that this dude is critiquing him on Facebook is absurd, bro. If I'm up $200 million, the last thing I'm concerned about is what people on Facebook are saying about me.
Right.
Like,
bro. Absolutely.
Bro, listen, bro.
Who cares?
I'm poor right now. Okay? I'm poor, and I still ain't concerned about what folks got to say about me, bro. You up 200 M's and you're that concerned. Now, James Harden was so concerned that he had people call, and people were tapping in. And apparently, though, when people tapped in and when people call, that actually convinced this dude to take down his post. Like, it convinced them to remove it. Problem should have been solved there, right? Apparently not. Apparently, him taking down the post where he's critiquing James Harden was not enough.
I have a friend named Herb Baker. Herb Baker calls me because he's friends with James Harden's cousin, or his brother-in-law, Lennox, that was like married to his sister, James Harden's sister. And he's like,
I'm sorry, y'all. I just did not know that James Harden was out here doing this shit, bro. I did not know he was out here doing it. I thought the nigga just played ball, bro. I thought the nigga just played ball. He hooped, bro. I'm a James Harden fan, so I didn't realize he was doing all this shit. Niggas talk about he was in he's in a RICO case with Big U, the nigga that supposedly killed Nipsey Hussle or had Nipsey Hussle killed. Like, gang, bro. Like, what the fuck? Bro, I did not realize this nigga was really, like, on some young nigga shit, bro. Like, some YN type shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? Bro, does James Harden have any kids? Do he have kids? Do we have a family? Do he have a wife? No one knows. No one knows.
Lennox is telling him, man, you need to talk to your boy Mo. I don't know what they got going on, but James is mad about this Facebook post, and Mo need to chill or something like that. And my boy Herb is like, nah, man,
cares?
Tripping about that. Like, y'all, we should sit down, let them smoke a blunt with each other, talk this and be over with. And he said, he's like, all right, I'm gonna go back to James. He goes back to James and tells James this. James tells that, man, you sound like you sleeping with the enemy. And he told that, this was his exact words. He said, you tell that my money go forever. That's what he said, right? So I'm like, I'm thinking this, all right, cool. Maybe this is over with.
Yeah, so he talking like,
Herb's like, man, don't worry about that, man, he'll get over it. But
I'm gonna say this, and I hope you listen, bro. If your enemy is a man who's up $500 million with a vengeance against you, you probably don't want to sleep good at night, right? You probably don't want to sleep too well. You probably want to keep your eyes open. That's a man who could touch you and enact whatever revenge he wants to enact against you, especially in Houston. Bro, James Harden is like the mayor of Houston. Yo, James Harden is not an NBA player like LeBron James who goes home to his family, who does corporate things. No, James Harden is in the trenches with literal killers and gang members while up $500 million. Do you understand how much they worship James Harden in that city? So for you to piss that guy off in that city and move around as if it's all good is crazy.
The fact that he just put that shit into perspective for me, this nigga is worth M's. Hundreds of millions. Like I keep saying, bro. And is in the fucking hood, the trenches, getting people hits, getting people what? Like, and I just now found out about this shit. Apparently, he's been doing this shit for a while. I just now found out about it. Wow, that's crazy.
But he was moving around as if it's all good. Right? He goes to the club that night, and while at the club, he gets confronted by one of James Harden's guys.
Pull up to the club. I had a parking spot in the front. As soon as I'm paying the valet person, I turn around, and there's a Blunt. The Blunt, Darian Blunt. He's walking from the club with 15 other guys, right? Literally 12 to 15 guys. They circle me. They all pull out their guns. They didn't have just regular guns. They had guns with drums, AKs out there, Uzis. I seen the guns. Like, they came for me like I was Tony Montana.
Damn.
And I see DJ Eric to the left of me. He's recording. He has his phone out recording the right? I thought he was recording, but it gets better. The first thing Blunt says to me, yeah, you on Facebook talking about James Harden. And I looked at it like, bro, are you serious?
So?
That's exactly what I said. Are you serious? Yeah, you on Facebook talking about James Harden. You gonna end up dead out here. You gonna end up dead, so he's talking all this and I'm just looking at Blunt. Now, Blunt, remind you, is 5'9", 350 pounds with a stomach like he's 18 months pregnant, okay? Literally, like with twins, okay? This is how fat he is. I'll punish Blunt. So when I see all them guns, I do like this. And I look at him like that, and I do like this. Like, kind of smirk at him, like, you know damn well, if you was out here by yourself, you get your ass whooped. That's how I looked at him, right? And then that, like, get him. And then, some punched me, another punched me, they ripped my earrings out my ear. Somebody ran my pockets. They twist me around and pistol with me. He pulled a gun out like he was about to shoot me. And then I heard somebody say, no. And then he turned the gun around and hit me in the back of the head, right? Then I fell on the ground. And then somebody kicked me in my stomach. Then the other dude kicked me in my face. All right?
While this is going on, James Harden is actually in the club in his section. So when they get done whooping on him or doing this to him, these dummies go back in the club and then go to James Harden's section. Which is probably why we see the James Harden deposition, right, where they're questioning him about this because, bro, if you pull a gun out on somebody, pistol whip them, beat them up, rob them, you would think they would leave the club, but that shows like how invincible and untouchable they thought they were.
Right.
They thought they would be able to do this and get away with it and go back in the club and party and chill and then brag to James Harden about how bad they did him. Because if they thought they was gonna go to jail for this, they would have left. You don't do this to like somebody, then go back in the club and have a good old time. They felt untouchable. Even if we aren't talking about the police. Let's just say this dude was a street dude. You do this to somebody and you stay? You're not afraid that they might come back and do something? But he's my type of guy. He ain't keep it in the streets. No. Immediately after they did this, they went back in the club and started partying with James Harden. That dude picked up the phone and called my favorite people in the world. He called the police.
My guy that's with me, he couldn't do anything. It's 2 verse 15.
Right.
So he's like, man, Mo, just go home. Just go home. I'm like, man, I don't got my keys. Because I have my keys in my car. So 5 minutes later, somebody comes and brings my keys and credit cards to me and my ID. Okay? And I tell that John, he's like,
we need to start making this a regular thing. Call the fucking police. Call the police on their ass every time. I'm going to call the police. I don't give a damn. Call me a rat, call me a snitch, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm not no street nigga. I'm not a street nigga. So if you do some shit to me, bitch, I'm going to get... your ass is going to be locked the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. I don't bother nobody. I mind my own fucking business. I'm not a street nigga, like I said. So if you do some shit to me on my mama, your ass is going to jail, gang. And I'm not dropping no fucking charges. Your ass is going to sit in that bitch.
Bro, all them that did the situation is in James Harden's section right now. I said, what? I said, all right. I said, give me your phone and go back in and follow them. Right? He's like, what you about to do? I said, give me your phone, because they stole my phone. I said, give me your phone. Go back in and follow them. So when he goes back inside, I go up to the security and I tell them, I said, hey, and this is on everything. I said, y'all better go inside and get my jewelry. And you know what they told me, dog? V Live's gonna open with or without you. I said, oh, okay. Bet. I said, bet.
I bet it is, nigga.
So I went into my car, hooked my iCloud up to my car.
I bet it is, nigga.
And
I still want my shit. The fuck?
A number that is high-level person in Houston, and they directed me what to do. And they were like, we're going to send every police unit up to V Live right now. I just need you to call 911. So I call 911, and they come up to the club. First 2 cops pull up. I see the security guard in the front dash on the inside. He must have went to go tell Blunt that the police was there, right? Mm-hmm. But by the time Blunt took the tapes out the back, went through the back door.
Grown man.
Well, by the time the police got there, dog.
Niggas be grown ass fucking men with a fucking nickname calling themselves Blunt. What the fuck, bro? Y'all be grown ass men and women with these fucking childish ass nicknames, bro. Grow the fuck up.
They had like 40 to 50 cars out there. People thought that somebody died. They had both sides of the street. You couldn't get up and down the street. That's how many cop cars were there. They locked everybody in the building. There's a officer named Officer Bettinger. When I'm standing outside, he comes running from the back. He's out of breath. His first thing he says is, I just had to give chase to James Harden. I caught him running out the back door trying to get in his Sprinter. And I made him go back in the club.
Ultimately, the guys who beat him up, they got arrested. James Harden was not arrested that night. However, I think James Harden is being sued for this. There's deposition of James Harden answering questions in regards to this. So all in all, bruh, James Harden got to be careful, bruh.
Man, this is crazy. My mind is blown. I didn't know he was out here moving and shaking like this with the movers and the shakers. You feel me? I did not know he was out here doing all this criminal ass activities and shit. But hey, I guess you learn something new every day. With that being said, y'all like, comment, sub up. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Kicking Back with Mac. I appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.